Hey everybody, Mike here from MW Sharps on YouTube and Instagram. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Spyderco Moran fixed blade. They've got two options, kind of the upswept version and the drop point version. So these are the two options from Spyderco, two different blade shapes. They also did kind of a limited run in orange. The outside, the hard plastic of this handle was orange, and the inside, kind of the soft rubber, was still black. So it was a two-tone handle, and it was, I believe, in the drop point, or this blade shape here. Some quick overview of the knives. It's not a full tang, it's kind of a concealed tang. It goes about 3/4 of the way down the handle on both of them. Set this one down for now. So the handle, or the tang, comes about to here, and it's kind of concealed in this plastic, molded over it, concealed tang. Blade steel is VG10. They're made in Japan, and again, they're the Bill Moran design, Spyderco Moran knives. So today I'm out here in a kind of a flooded area that's having some beaver damage. That's what this bridge is actually made out of, was is birch trees that have been knocked down from the beavers. So I'm going to be making some trap stakes and doing some work with these knives, so I thought I'd bring you along. Got my Grand Force Brooks small forest axe, but let me cut these down and then I'll bring you in for a closer look. And again, all these trees, this one's green still, but it was, like I said, it was beaver damage. So all these trees, they weren't cut down green. They're a result of lots of beavers in this creek, and got blown out into a big pond now, where originally the creek was only maybe 2 feet wide. So let me bring you in for a closer look and I'll show you what I'm doing. So again, now that I got you in here closer, this is the two blade styles that they come in, more the upswept and then the drop point. This one's got their signature hole in it. This one does not, for whatever reason. The markings are a little different, but you can see nice handy fixed blades, a nice soft handle. As far as size goes, it's about the size of a paramilitary 2 for reference. Smaller handle. It does have this choil though that you can get up on it for some controlled work, but the blade is just a hair bigger than a paramilitary 2. So like I said, making some trap stakes. So we'll just do some whittling here on, again, green. So this isn't much of a test, but it's what I need to do today, so I figured I'd bring you along. So put a point on that end, and then this end, I'm actually going to try to cut flush and then round it off so that when I'm hammering them in, they're not splitting out on me. If you put a little rounded edge on the top, when you hammer on it, they tend to split less. So that's what I'll be doing with the other two. Very sharp blades from the factory. These have been used a bunch, but when they were new, they come very sharp. I can stay. I need to cut this end flush. It's split out on me. See if we can work with that. And the last one. Side note, this Grand Force Brooks small forest axe. They're not cheap, but they are fantastic. axes. Hand forged, they got their maker's mark. This one's MM. Just fantastic. Made in Sweden. If you need an axe and quality is what you're after, this is a good choice. So back to what we were doing, and the reason of this video, these Spyderco Moran fixed blades. Just gonna get this edge rounded off. And I've got some of this wood here is real dry. We'll do some of that cutting in that too. Be a little more of a test for it. And even though it is not a full tang fixed blade, I've used these a bunch. I've had no qualms, no issues. They've just been kind of workhorses for me. I carry one as of late most days. It's what I reach for when heading out the door. Just got that one rounded off. And let's finish this point. So what I'm going to be using these for is pounding conibear traps, 330 conibears, to take care of some beaver damage. Oddly enough, not at this location. This is just a property I was checking out and saw some materials that I could use. So the trapping will be at a different location. But these work good as stakes, and since they're green, they're easy to work with right now. So I've got both blade styles as you saw, not because I need both. I originally had this one first, and this one came up on, I believe it was Facebook, one of the groups, for 60 bucks, I think. So I picked it up as well. But as far as sharpness and edge retention, all that's the same. Just a different blade shape. It's kind of hit or miss which one I reach for. I use them both for the same thing. I don't have a preference one or the other. I take that back. If I was to have to only have one, it would be the first one I had. I like this blade shape better. Alright, so I got these points. This one's dry piece. Do some cutting on that. Clean it up first. So I wouldn't consider this a bushcraft blade, but if you needed, you could make some feather sticks. It is sharp enough to do that, but again, I don't think that I would classify this as a bushcraft blade, although if you needed it for that, it's going to be able to make a fire for you. You can do some batoning, although again, not what it's meant for, but I think everything should be able to do some light batoning. And even if it does have this concealed tang, not a full tang, they're just like Moras. And if you ever owned a Mora, such as myself, do some twisting as well. If you ever owned a Mora, you can beat the hell out of those, and there's no breaking. I've never broke one. Obviously you can break them, but just doing light duty kind of batoning like this. See if there's anything bigger I can grab. I don't see anything. Let's do some feather sticks with the other blade shape. A lot of this is user error. I'll admit I don't do this very often. I don't have a reason to. I'm not much of a bushcrafter, but as you can see, they can do it. So we'll wrap this up, but again, these are the Spyderco Moran fixed blades, both blade shapes. They've got kind of a hard plastic on the outside handle. This inner side is softer rubber. They look a little white because of this birch bark, but they are black. VG10 blade steel, made in Japan. Oh, the sheaths. It's important. Fixed blade sheaths are kind of a pet peeve of mine, and these ones do everything right. So, Kydex, hard plastic sheath. They come with the G clip, which I don't have any qualms about. I prefer a tech lock, but these work just fine. You just slip it over your belt or riding your belt through. Hard snap in. This thing's not coming out once it's in there, and that goes for both of them. Both sheaths are excellent. Drain holes at the bottom. That's about it. This is the Spyderco Moran fixed blade. If you're in the market for kind of a mid-size fixed blade, again, about the size of a paramilitary 2 in your hand, give them a look. These are great ones. Take it easy, guys.